Hello, monkey. Today is New Year's Eve. Before we close off 2025, I want to start, or maybe even get further, with my dialogue system for detecting effects, as we discussed last time. So yeah, I should also move my dialogue system away from here, but first off, we have the typewriter effects. Is in my UI, but this is the state machine. This guy scans through the text and puts on letters. At this point here, I need to know what letter comes next. This is a for each loop, or for loop, the break that looks at right now 3 letters and writes these 3 letters in that tick. So we have a typewriter that writes 3 letters at a time. But now I would need to skip things. This is a very static thing. It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 all the time. And if I don't write these tags, that means we will have some kind of jump in our effects. So what can we do to counter this? First off, my T. Very important. And now we think. What do we do? What do? We have to make sure that when we detect our tag, that it should keep in mind that he still needs to write letters. So maybe instead of a for loop, we might need a while loop. Or no, the for loop is not the problem. The problem is the index here. Or is it? Current letter index. So maybe I just need to remove the index here and use the current letter index and scan correctly. Now, how would I know which number it is in a string? Certainly could split. Maybe I should split text beforehand. Maybe I should not touch this part. Maybe every time we go to a new line, thinking about this, maybe it should be here. We set the fill line clusters here. Because these line clusters are set, I could now go through them and split them into little parts. So instead of having a line cluster array of this, we might need to change that struct. What is that struct? Dialog something. Can't see. Current array of dialog line cluster. This thing. This is this strings, which is probably 1, 2, 3 right now. And it could be even more. But now we need also horizontals. It needs to be a matrix. Not only that, the matrix needs to know what kind of effect the text element should have. So maybe I will keep line clusters as a old thing and build a new one and then remove it at some point. So let's say old. And now instead of this struct, we duplicate it and rename it a little better. Dialog line cluster element struct is correct actually. What we should do is rename this in old. Where's the other one? What happened to it? Save all? Did it not get created? Fine, and we duplicate again. Okay, that's nice. Where? Unreal, are you kidding me? We renamed this. There is no redirectors. It's not here. Yes, we have to restart. Oh my god, sometimes, man. Let's see, Wait, didn't I maybe just didn't delete enough letters. I'm not sure what kind of information this needs, because it will be like fonts or materials, so it might be some kind of string to then map to something, but I'm really not sure. For sure we cannot just say what kind of material it should be, because then we would have some empty variables in there. We need the strings, but that now needs to be a matrix. So it needs to be an array of strings again. So this thing we duplicate and call it dialog line cluster string matrix elements structs, and this guy has that, perfect. And this guy is now the line cluster matrix. So we can then chain these behind each other. What else do we need? I'm really not sure, but we need some kind of payload? I don't know. Maybe command? Then we could even say payload. Just to make it similar than other things. And now we can tell this thing some information about what it is. Problem is also this could have like multiple things, right? It could be font and font and material. But then again, we would, when we are scanning, we have to make sure that we keep all the tags that we find. And then when one closes, only that tag closes. Right? Which means, do we need multiple commands? Hello Theo! What am I working on? I'm working on a text tagger, so I can animate different effects in my dialogue system. Think about Celeste or Katana Zero. But hello, hello, how are you doing? Oh, should I make this also an array though? I will need different tags. The payload itself could be enough. Then I don't need the command. That would just mean that I would parse on things, but... In 25 January, and now I'm making my own multiplayer game at the moment. Yes, I am solo deaf. And good luck to you, man. This is tricky. This is so tricky. Maybe a little tea will help me. So should I, Let's say we have a tag that has a material in it. And I would say command is material. And payload would be... The first thing would be what kind of material? An identifier. And the second payload element could be some change of it, like a color or whatever. Then again, tagging this in the text itself will make a large thing. As we did this note last time. Where is it? Was it in here? No, where is it? Did I put it on under notes? Where did I save this? I think this one. Yeah. So we thought about these tags, but if the material has more information here now, we'll get it will be a very long thing. And not only that, we also thought about being continuous or being only one word. So how would I scan for the word? Very tricky. I mean, what we could do for one thing is chain tags inside I guess. I'm very concerned about how the system can be easy to maintain. As in not maintain, but use actually. Because this will be used heavily in the text. And if I cannot read my text anymore because of these tags, well, that's bad. Then again, how many times will I use the tags? Of course, the pause I can use all the time. Tricky. So with this approach, right now, I'm not sure how I would do it for just one word. I mean, I could just scan, of course, for the next space, I guess. Next space or the end of the line. I mean, if it cannot split, does not matter. I would just take the left part anyway. Just need to make sure to add the space on the right splitted string, I guess. What else? And if it's continuous, how would I would I reset everything? Then be able, so maybe that default thing could be its own thing. Could be this. As in, like something like this. Boop boop. If this string chain or string section appears, I need to take the default of everything, reset everything, and then if there are other things behind, then it should chain them. Maybe I should even make it so that these commands are getting read all at the same time. And if there is a def as default, then do it. It doesn't matter if it's in front or back, because setting to default should always be first. Okay, so that's handled. Am I forgetting anything? I just need to find out how I would tag. Right now it is like just like this, but we might be able to add some color, etc. I mean, there are many possibilities here. We could even omit things and then it would not be in the payload, and if the code doesn't find the payload element, it would just go with something default. So that would reduce the complexity of reading the text and writing it too, of course. Should we go with this? Or should I make this even easier? Just one letter, like material being M, font being F. Would I ever have any text? Ah. I think one letter is enough. If I have an S and then I have an SI, I could just still solve this by looking at the whole string from this part and then deciding what it is, so it's fine, I think. I think we are good. So I should make this into an array, actually. Strings, and then what do we call this part? Hold on. It shouldn't be here. It should be here. Oh god, this is getting so much more complicated. So this is the strings line clusters. And every line, excuse me, every line needs a string, a comment, no, not a comment, a payload. No, a comment, payload, struct needs to be in here. Oh my god. I need to make another struct here. This is getting out of hand. Where's the add button? Where did that go? Just vanished. Alright, so dialogue. What did we call it? Line cluster. Thank you. And then, what should we call this? Split string data. And this one needs the string, comment, and payload. Which means line cluster element has an array of split string data arrays elements. Split string, this one, as an array, and the split string data has the string, comment, and payload. That's wrong. Every string can have multiple comments. So I need another struct as an array in here which has multiple comments with payloads. Maybe I could make this as a common struct though. Like so. And then we can remove this and then say common. Oh no, command payload. Struct as an array. Save that. So we save this, and then we save this and save this. So to visualize this, we have string clusters. Dialog line clusters. How was it made in the old system? Where's the old one? Here. We have strings in this thing. About this, not about, exactly the size of the line count. And this element itself is an is an array. So the same thing goes here. Let's say we have a long text. So this would be in our current thing. All these would be an element of this. So we would have 0, 1, and 2 in that array. Meaning 1, 2, 3 in here, 1, 2, 3 in here, and 1 in here. Now, what is this? String matrix. So this is from dialog line cluster string matrix. Plus 1, 2, 3, and this one split string data. So one of these is a split string data. It is an array. And since a line can be split into multiple words or whatever, these are in there, and then this thing has the string in it, and then an array of multiple comments and payloads in here. So our structure should be working. Now let's see if we can implement something. We need the state machine right here. Now here in the initialize. Wait, not the state machine, it should be in here. Or? Yeah. Because here it is getting set up with the fill line thing. Now our UI is getting a lot of logic in. I'm not sure if I like that. I guess it's fine because this is how it should work. Now this is the old line clusters. Let's duplicate that and then give it a new name, which is now like this, and then this has elements of this one, which would mean if I get the first element of this, I would have like a cluster of 3. Then we can split this into the array and then get one of the lines of the cluster. And here we can look at one segment of the line. Let's take the first one. And this one has a string in it, which we write down. and all the things that should happen to it, which we would need to go through for each, and that has like a string and a payload in there. So here we would need to look with a switch, I guess, to determine what kind of thing it is. Now the problem is, this thing only gets filled, should only get filled by text manipulation functions like material, size, font. I'm not sure about these. Really not sure about those ones. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Maybe I could change this into something like this instead. I think this part would be fine. I'm thinking about things like, okay, I'm at a word, I want to increase the speed of the typewriter, but I also want to change that word's font, so the speed should continue, but the word should be red and the other words should be default. So how would I write this? Because now my system is very structured into these containers. But if I say continuous, I get rid of that. So how should it know that the coming words should be in a different speed? Unless I have a continuous thing where I can set these and it can grab it from there. But how should it know that one of these things is now continuous? I think I'm over engineering here. How can I make this simpler? I mean, I guess changing the speed of typewriter, we should not make this all the time anyway. If we change it for anything, should be the whole text maybe. So should I only work with containers then? Never per word. Wow, this will be hard. I'm so scared to move on because if I make a mistake here in designing this, then I will make my life so much harder in the future. Should I make it so that anything not mentioned should be kept as it is, which would make it harder to implement something for one word? How do I read a pause? I need to cut it out of there. need to cut it out of there. And not make a new line out of it. But how do I indicate that something needs to pause at that particular part of the text? Unless I do cut, just to make it easier for me. So what we could do with the pause is make a new line and then give it some information to wait a certain amount. So this flies out again, because it is now one of the normal functions. So if we then cut this thing, then it should be fine. So all I have to do now is find these parts, cut them out, make the string elements, and add these as comments and payloads. So let's do that. Let's start doing that. So this is the old thing. We have the array here, which does not work anymore. We could cut things already here, but maybe where would I even do this then? Because this is the array element, and I would need to go into it and read. And what do I do even with new lines? It needs to keep in mind that something could work with local. Okay, let's say local parsed lines here, like this. Now I would need to cut split at here, and left side would be, what if we start with this? And the left side would be empty. I should make it easier for me. Maybe this needs to be a local. So this is now an index of the cluster. This is the line in the cluster. This one we need to scan and put into this thing. What we can do is parse into array. And find anything that is in here. Which would mean if you have a text, where is it? Here. I don't know, something. And we have a bunch of these. It would now get all of this. And put it into these elements. Of course, without the thingies here, they would be still in front. They would be here, always in front. This. It would be like this. And now we could just read whatever is in here and then use that as our payload comment. From start, we are looking for this. And look at the left side. Trim. No. Remove. No. Delete. So string. Let's see. We need to get rid of the first character. Append call array ends with equal add character Still don't know what this does. Maybe just adding space. I would need this. Counting 0, I hope the first thing would disappear. Right is our string. And then we need to make this thing. What is this? String data make. So the right side is the string. And now we need to add these payloads. Need to be parse array by commas, and then need to make a for each. array. Oh. Then after this, for each that, or no, we can just do this. Ooh, this is getting complicated now. I lost my track. This is not correct. These are now the lines. We need to parse into array this symbol and then do this. Oh my god. I hope this is not a reference but a clone. It has value, I mean. So okay, we have the thing here. What is this? Make array. Oh, I'm so confused right now. Okay, no. I lost all track. This is really, really hard to wrap my head around. So. so. There we go. Ooh. Now does it work? Does it work? Let's see. All right, let's find out. But it has only one line, is a little worrying. Hold on. Should we text one? Is it in wrong order? Where's the hello? It's wrong. So no, it does not work. Notice the first element that comes out of here. Starting. Hello, hello. Oh, we're not finished. Didn't go through everything. I think we added the wrong thing here. This is not finished yet. Let's see. This won't fix it yet, I believe. But it should make a little more sense. So now we have all the lines, at least. What does our friend here say? Okay, that's also nice to see. This one should be hello, but it's empty. There's only one string, which is correct, but this needs to be a non-payload hello. Second one has first no payload, because it's the beginning, it's the same error as the top one. The second one has a payload with this. What is our text? So this one is getting ignored, and then it gets this text, which is correct. And then the payloads, there are two payloads, which is a comment M. It did not delete the first thing, which it should have. And this is also wrong. The payload should be 111. And then here F1 here, F and then a 1. So there's an error here too. One of the things that is clearly not working is this right chop. We could try and do it with 1 and then see what happens. It should now get rid of that part. Was I... Wait, where is it? Here. Hold. Line cluster. Okay. So the second one. Payload. Okay, wait. What's going on here? First line. And then the string lines. Wait. First cluster, first string. Why is there another strings? Wait, no, first cluster strings? I see. First cluster, 3 strings. First cluster, 3 strings, and then this is the hello. Now, what happened here though? Okay, it begins with nothing, of course, and then the second. So, this is a text, yes, and then M. This is wrong, this is wrong. F, this is wrong, this is wrong. Payload is still not correct. Where do we add the payload? We added... Why? Why am I doing this? Huh. Should be this. Now we have to think about why it does not add the hello at the beginning. So parse into array. Ah, call empty, that's the problem. Parse into array, never call the empties. I mean, okay, this one will never have an empty, but anyway. Let's see. Did it work? Here. So, first cluster, first string should be hello. It's empty. Payload, empty, empty. But it has an element in it. That shouldn't be. This payload should be empty, but it has something. Okay, go into the second one. This is, because this is wrong, this should be wrong too then. It is wrong. Second, text is there. Comment. This is wrong. It did actually not remove the first element, as it said here. We remove index at 0 because we are removing the wrong one. Why did we jump to this? What? My god. Anyway. Could be here. Now, that part should be fixed. First cluster, first element, hello is still wrong. Second element, first thing is still wrong. Second, correct. Comment, yes. Wrong, still wrong. We remove index 0, but it does not care. So I would need to add this into a temporal local and then remove the index from there. So stupid again. Where are my locals? Why do I need to press on this? Where are my locals? Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it so much. Give me my locals. Holy shit. Here you go. This should fix that part. Should still be wrong. I mean, I don't see the string anyway. First one still wrong, second one. Now this looks correct. And this is also correct. So that part is good. Now the only thing that is missing is the first string that is getting forgotten. Probably because we are not going into a for each where it needs to save it, which is this thing. Because this is now empty. Left part is not there. So we have to see if not, no, not empty, empty. If not empty, go into the array stuff and do your thing. But if it is empty, then we do this. With whatever string is in here and a make array of nothing. Alright. This should handle that now. And everything should be now in my array in a very, very organized manner. Let us see. First string is still empty. Why? Why would you be empty? What happens here? Is not empty goes in here, and if it's empty, we should be able to add this part. So let's see what happens when I'm in here. Why does it not add that in? Did I forget anything? Now this part should be an... Okay, I cannot even see what this is. What are we trying to... Call function write as. Yeah, great. And what it is, what is that? We do not know. I mean, it is already strange why it has a payload, right? Does it have a payload still? Okay, I close the tools. No, this... Okay, the payload is at least correct. But the problem is the splits. The split here... Hold on. We parse array. So we have a very pure element which does not Oh, it can contain this. What do I do if I have like a text like this? This will suck. Okay. Okay. This is not good. Since the left part is getting split here, it still looks for this thing here. We could make a terminal. Which could be another one of these. Just to make it safe. Like so. That would at least fix the problem I didn't encounter yet. Now, why does it not write the hello though? This thing on the left seems to be... Okay. So we don't have anything like this to cut. Which means this fails, which means this would be false, and then we could use that to go down. If it finds it, that means the left side will be always full, cannot be empty, and this is not useful. Now it should be a step further or even finished. Okay, hello? No, still not there? Why? Why is hello not in here? Okay, what's going on this time? Start. I believe this goes in. Ah, okay, of course. I'm using the wrong string. Needs to be this. Here we go. We got it. Now I can use this to tag things and then have my arrays filled with the correct things. So I can use it in the text to have text segments that have functions in them. And then I can use those. So what I would need to do now is use whatever I created here in my normal code. Hello, Neko. This time I did not see you. I believe you didn't lurk before. How are you doing, man? I'm almost done here. I will jump into VR chat in a second. Just built something very complicated here, man. How is your New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve. God, what a hard word to say. Cozy and crazy. Mine started so bad. I was like, I had like, I don't know, I couldn't sleep because my stomach hurt like hell. And at some point I was able to sleep, and when I woke up I was not rested at all, and my stomach hurt was even worse. But now I'm fine, but I'm sleepy. Crazy that the apartment building behind where my mom live is going up in flames right now. Huh? That's not good. Before the New Year's? I guess they were testing their fireworks inside. Yeah, okay, of course. Fucking morons! Alright. Goes in here. Look at this beauty! Neko, look at this. Isn't it beautiful? What am I making there? Do you see this? This text? What I'm essentially doing is, maybe let's forget about this text. Let's go to the next one. Or, you know what? Let's copy this in here. And then say, hello. What I essentially now build is, I can go in here and write tags in here that will be now categorized, or how to say, set into my data sets in a way that I can read them out. I can now say, for instance, M1, 2, 3 or something. Let's say M0, no, M1, comma, F1, and that would right now mean nothing, but my data, now let me show you that, can parse through it. Now let's go here. This is like the alt text. I will replace this, but you can see that this thing is in there. And my new code, I go here into my new data here. Let's go into the first cluster, which is this thing, and then go into the first thing. This should be hello, as you can see, hello. And the second one, this is now the interesting part, strings. There are now 2 strings in here. The first is Mira Mira with no payloads, and the second part is Mira 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 Mira. Okay, there's an error I have to fix though. No, it's still wrong. Damn it. But essentially, I wanted it to have then a payload which has a comment M with a payload 1 and another comment F with a payload 1. What I then can do is, for every line element, I can set, for instance, if it's a M, it's a material, use the first material with the font this, and then this part would be, for instance, a red Mira 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 with a different font. Or I could even say, at the start of this segment, pause for 5 seconds before you start writing more. You know, crazy shit like that. I can now add information into my text to make them appear in a different way and give them more feeling. But sadly my code broke. I need to find the problem again. Why did that not happen? Why did this not cut it? You should have called it. You should have. Oh, of course, I forgot to. I wrote it wrong. That's why. I need to be sure that this is in there. Unless. I would like to eliminate this thing because it's not very, how to say, very natural to write. I would like to keep it as just closed. Anyway, let me show you what happens now. So if I go in here now, it should be correct. So the first line is hello, of course. Here it is still hello, with no payload. But now the interesting part is the second line, this mirror mirror. As you can see, mirror mirror, no payload, but then the other one is mirror 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 mirror. And then it has a payload with comment M with a payload 1, comment M, payload 1. And the second comment F, payload 2 here, whatever. So essentially, I can have text segments which I can now give different comments. What do you say, huh? Tell me, what do you say? Is it good? Huh? Why are you not reacting? Why are you not writing anymore? Hey, hello? Hello, Neko? It's really cool, Noki. So the data construction is done. I will not continue with the real thing. Time to get thinking about dialogue then. What do you mean? My guy, I already have dialogue. Look. Let me show you. The first version of the dialogue system is in there. Yeah, no. That's even later because I'm just building the framework. I'm not finished with the whole system, but look. Imagine there's a shopkeeper here. I can go here and then he talks, oh, hello, new face. Who might you be? Welcome to my shop. I am shopkeeper name. And then Mira says, hello, I am Mira. Nice to meet you. And then in my shop you can find anything an adventurer might need. Right now we are low on stock, but maybe you could help us out in the future. Just bring back anything valuable and sell it to me and we will stock up. Blah 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 blah. And then would you like to check my wares? And then we can just leave. And now he knows us. If I come back, he's like, would you like to check my wares? He doesn't write the whole sentence anymore. And I have like a randomized thing he can say in weighted randomization. Now he can say like, need something special. Oh, the need something special is wrong though. Where's that text here? Boss, arena, no. Here. Start area. Item shop. And then it's the choice part. Here, text. See you later, Mira. No. Here, this guy. Ah, Mira, nice to see you again. And then welcome, that one, and need something special. This one is broken. This one, node types are wrong. This is not normal, this is choice. Choice. Start condition. Weighted. 5, 6, 7, and 3. 3, 1 needs to be a choice too. Okay, now it's correct. So yeah. I already have a dialogue system, and you can even see how it works. As in, there's a typewriter effect and so on. But these are like the first steps for my whole system. Oh, hello, new face, blah blah blah. We know this already. You also saw the scrolling animation there. So now if we go here, we always get something random here. Like there are 4 options. Welcome, welcome, buy as much as you want. Need something special. Need something special. Welcome, welcome. Ah, Mira, nice to see you. This one is the rarest. Can we get the last one? Would you like to check my wares? But yeah. This is the current state. But now I wanted to have like special effects in there too. Like the names could be in a different color and so on, you know? And this will be our little dummy for that. But now, the only thing I want to improve on is, right now if I want to indicate that this comment stuff is over, I need a hashtag and a closing, is it called parentheses? I'm not sure. But I just want a closing parentheses without the hashtag. But if I don't have the hashtag, that could mean that if I have like a normal text with these parentheses, that my code could detect it as something that he needs to look into, which is not correct, of course. But how do I know? How do we know? It would mean that the left side was not cut by this. How would I even know this? This part needs to change. And it seems like it's a lot of work for that. I mean, I could call it away. I could call it away. Well, let's see. I can split this. And find this. If we find this, then the left part should be handled like this. And the right part needs to go into whatever this is. So maybe we get this. So if this is true, if true, left part, if false, Well, if false, then we just need to do the same thing here. From here. And then just call it a day, right? So now it should include the hashtag there in the data. Let's see. Where is my data? Tools, debug, here. Widgets, dialog. No, first cluster. Oh, this is scary. Something broke. This is not good. What did we do wrong? Maybe like this. Yeah. Okay, still doesn't work. What's going wrong here? So this is definitely true. The left side. Why would I? That's wrong. Could be the right side. The left side goes in. Let's see again. Well, at least Mira is here. Hello, Gargon. Now I broke everything. What did I break? I mean, for starters, I broke this. I don't need to find the answer what a zombie is. I already know it. Okay, so we are back to what we were. I told you yesterday, though. Okay, how do we do this then? If this appends... No, not append, this split is false, at least then it should do something, right? And then this part, I guess we don't care for now. We just go in here. So hello should still work right now. Hello should still work. Let's see. Here. On. No, it's wrong. Mira? What the hell happened here? Okay, this is the first cluster. And then it has only one string. What? Okay, first cluster strings, and then here I would expect 3. No. No, wait. Where's hello? That's the problem. Like, this thing should have been 3 lines, but now it does not have these because it doesn't find the hashtag thing. Well, I hope you recovered from that then. Okay, so if this is false, it goes in here, adds string data element like here with whatever is inside of there. So why does this not go? It's as if it's not in this. Oh. No, not O. This is correct. No, I'm not well rested actually. Whatever we ate yesterday gave me a hard time at the evening. I'm pretty sleepy. Heck, why is this not working? It does go in here, right? Print. Let's say error hello. It needs to go there at least 2 times. And it does. So why does it not add the hello in there then? Like, what is the string that gets add here? Oh wait! Oh damn, that's the problem. We're not doing this. Okay. That's good to know. So we could just go in here then. Okay, now it should have it. Now I should be able to see hello. Where is it? That's the old one. Here. Open. Ah, much better. Hello. Nice. And mirror. This one has the other 2 and this one has payloads, right? Correct. Okay. From here we can then do the other part where this one gets in here. We do the appends. Left side goes in there. But it needs to be this too. And that goes in here. Okay, now we should be able to do it without the hashtag. Let's get rid of the hashtag. Then remove this part. Now it should do it. Wait, went too far. Doesn't matter actually, but where is it? Here. First cluster. Uh-oh. You're not refreshing. Hello? This is also hello. I guess this one is also hello then? No, it's nothing. What? Okay. So start data elements just gets the left part. The right that. Else we do. Add bring data element. Clear it. And then what? From start. Wait, we still need this. I mean, we are still using it, that's not the problem. I guess this clear. Is wrong now? Wait, it shouldn't add it here, right? Okay, this makes more sense. Oh my god, please work! Wait, did I cook? Mirror. Nothing. Second part. Why is there a nothing in here? A payload of nothing. How did that happen? What? Oh, the empty string. Could it be? Oh, yeah. Look, there's an empty string here now. Okay, how do we... How do we get rid of that? Is it important that we call this? Not only that, this needs to continue for the other line, right? Oh, damn. Okay, if I do the checkbox here, that should fix the problem. But we have another one that I will probably need to fix next time. That the next line should continue with it. Hello, mirror, 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 mirror. Yeah, we are good now here. Yeah, how should I even continue in the next line? I mean, I have to. At least this works. We could even get rid of the frontal one here. Let's see. If I do this, and then get rid of the chop, this still should work, right? Well, this looks good. No, it did not work anymore. Doesn't cut it here. Should have been 2. And it appended. Okay, that's the problem, it appended. Yeah, we are looking for this, and it should do this instead. And then cut this. Now let's see. Yeah. Why is there no payload? Ah, I was in the wrong thing. That's still wrong. Ah, because the text itself has the things, of course. Now we have to get rid of these. Save. Alright. There's cluster. This is hello. This should have... And payload, nice, there it is. Mirror, 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 mirror. And the payloads M1 and F1. Okay, nice. So I got rid of the hashtags. We don't need them anymore. Makes it a little bit better to write and read. This one I can just remove, I think. There we go. Let's clean this a little. And here we go. Okay. So next time you will have to see about continuing next line. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. An empty one. We need to test many things. 1, 2, 3. Ah, how do I get rid of the tags? Okay, this is the next step. Alright everyone, I'm wrapping up here. Tomorrow I will continue. Argon, Neko, thanks for tuning in. Everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Happy New Year's. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye, monkey.